Hey everyone, it's Timmy here with Chalk Chalk Couture designer. So happy to be with you here today. Thanks for dropping in. And if you're watching me on the replay, be sure to say hi. And of course, if you're here with me live, I'd love to hear that you are with us. Hey Shelly, thanks so much for saying hi. Welcome, great to have you here. I'm super excited, as I always am. You know how I am about lives. I just totally love doing them. I love sharing these awesome projects with you. Last night, I had the pleasure of having a few friends over, and we did some chalking together. And it was a group of women, minus one, who had been to one of my classes before and had learned about Chalk Couture. So they were off and running on their own, which means that I also get to do a little chalking while they were there. So it was a really fun social evening. And I pulled out our new Fresh Catch transfer. And it's got a crab and a lobster and some New England sayings, and being a Connecticut girl, it was just right up my alley, and I just couldn't wait to get my hands on it. So I did a little project with it yesterday at my little class, and tonight I'm going to go live and do a project with another part of this transfer. So if you're just joining in, come on in, say hello. I'd love it if you would share this video, and certainly feel free to subscribe and like my page so that when I go live next time you will be notified right away. Just go ahead and click that share button in the bottom left hand corner of your mobile device if you're watching that way. I'm just going to make sure that all is good on this end, so give me just a sec here to take a peek on my page, make sure things are going as expected. For some reason my mouse is being a little wacky doodle, but I think my live is working because Shelly is here, so I'm thinking we're good to go. I am going to just change my view here. Maybe, so that you can see our project that we're going to be doing. And I'll scoots that over now so I'm in this top corner, and what you'll see in front of you is this great transfer that we're going to be working on today. So as I said, just give me a sec here, just make sure I'm showing up on my page, which for some reason I can't find me. So if you're here and you're watching, say hi and let me know that things are working the way you expect. Crazy Facebook sometimes, I'll tell you. It's always tricking us. I did see that it was showing that I was live, so I think I am. I usually like to take a minute and just share this off to my VIP groups, and for some reason my computer's being really slow here, so maybe I won't get that opportunity. Oh, maybe it's coming. Oh, yay! All right, awesome. I can pull it up, so that's awesome. It looks like things are good. Oh, I should probably turn down my volume on my computer. There we go, so you don't hear me twice. All right, woo, all right, my page is now up on my computer so I can see things. I see a few of you are joining me. Hey, Kate, nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Sherry, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. Hey, Penny, glad you're here. Got some great friends on with me today. I'm super excited about that. I am just going to take a minute here and put in my Chalk website. So if you see something that you just fell in love with today and you have to have, you can go right on my website and order them. So I'll leave that here, so in case you want to go check that out later, you can. And then, as I said, I'm also going to just take a quick second here and share this over to my VIP group. If you're wondering what my VIP group is all about, you need to stick around. Thanks, Kate. I'm so glad you told me. Awesome. You need to stick around and learn about it, because I have a awesome special going on that's involving this transfer in my VIP group. And it's so awesome that I actually can't say it on my public channel. It can only be in my private group. So if you're loving this transfer and you want to hear how you can get your hands on it and get a little something extra special from me, then stick around or check out my VIP group. If you're not a member of the VIP group, just type VIP in the comments and I'll make sure that you get added. All right, so I have headed that to over there. I think I can move my mouse out of the way now because I don't need that anymore. And I have our transfer. So what we're going to be working on today is our wood pallet boards. And these wood pallet boards actually come in 2 sizes. And I'm going to remove this and get that out of the way here so we're not clogging up the screen. Comes in 2 sizes. I'll put my website there also at the top there, and hopefully it won't be in our way. So this is the 9x12 surface, and it's a wood pallet board. And as you can see, it's got nice tight planks together. So when we're working on our chalking surface, we are not going to have to worry about the chalk paste seeping through or getting runny. So that's awesome. You could also flip this board around and make a very cute little tray. Every time I pull this out, I say that, and I have yet to do it, but one of these lives, you're going to see me do it live. You're going to see me make a tray. But we're going to use this front side today, and the other side that it comes on is this 5.5 by 7 inch size. So this guy is so darn cute, and this is the project that I did last night with friends who came over and we're doing some chalking. So we're going to kind of replicate this same style of chalking, which is kind of called the hot mess style. I know it sounds really funny, doesn't it? But it's where we're actually going to blend a few different colors to kind of give the design a little bit of dimension. So this transfer set includes a lot of cool things. It includes this cute little crab that we used last night on the small board, and it's a pretty good sized crab. He could easily go on the big board as well, but I was really happy to see that I could fit him on the smaller board, so that's what I did. And then we've got the words New England, and I had Crab Company that I used and layered over. If you remember here, you can see that in gray. We put the Crab Company there. And then I also had one other piece that I used, which was the Served Fresh Daily. So that's what we did on the small board. But on this big board, I'm bringing out the big guns. No more crab. We're going for the lobster. So, Kate, I know you're watching. And every time I see your lobster, I think about you, and I think about our visit when you were hanging out at a Gunkwit and brought those lobsters to the house that we cooked at home. And that was like probably one of the best meals I ever had. So every time I look at this lobster, I think of you. We have the words Lobster Company. Now this is all one transfer. Isn't that cool? We also have a rope, which would be really fun to put on either end, kind of a rope. And then there's this great, of course, little anchor, established 1948. And then we've got our New England again. So I think my plan is to do the lobster, and then I think we'll put Lobster Company with the New England over it. And then maybe we'll decide if we want to put this or the rope. You'll have to let me know what you think. So are we ready to get started and play? So see how super fast and simple this all goes. For those of you that are brand new watching and haven't seen Chalk Couture before, let me tell you just a little bit about the company, and then we're going to jump right into this design and make this cute little beach themed sign. Chalk Couture is a company that provides products that makes it possible for you to be able to create easy, high-end DIY home decor items. So one of my great joys as a Chalk Couture designer is that I get to show off all the ways in which we can use these awesome products and hopefully give you some inspiration to give it a try yourself. So I learned about Chalk Couture a little over a year ago now. February 1st of last year was when I started my Chalk Couture business. And I learned about it when I was visiting a friend who was at a scrapbooking retreat. And she asked me to come for lunch, which I was really happy to do, and meet her for lunch while she was on her scrapbooking retreat. And there was a vendor there that was selling Chalk Couture, a designer that was there. And I had been looking for an easy way to make signs, but I was really struggling with trying to find an easy way to do it. And when she showed me Chalk Couture, how easy it was, I kind of really got drawn right in. And when she said I should be a designer, I totally laughed at her. Because I have a full-time job, so this is definitely my hobby and my fun part of my day. but it's kind of stuck with me. And when I learned that as a designer I get 40% off products, I thought, oh my goodness, well, I could probably do that. And I would really like to be able to purchase some products that I can use at home, and maybe once in a while I'll get some friends together and have a class. Well, long story short, that was a little over a year ago, and I somehow have grown this into being a business that I'm really super excited about. I have about 25 awesome women designers that are on my team, and together we are just rocking this chalk. I'm just loving it. It's so much fun. So what I'm doing right now is I am putting down the transfer that is going to leave the design on this wood surface. Now, one of the cool things about our transfers is that they can pretty much go on any surface you want. So this is a Chalk Couture surface. We make these wood pallet frames, and you can purchase them on my website. We also have a great variety of chalkboard surfaces, lots of cool things. But as my friend Kate knows, if she's still watching, I love going out and finding unique surfaces to put chalk on. And I have found some really interesting things over the time, and I'm always on the lookout for something new. So whether it's an antique item, an old watering can, a galvanized plate, even paper products, I have definitely found that there's been a lot of cool ways in which I can dress up something with one of our designs using chalk. So in addition to chalk, we also do have inks. So if I wanted to be able to place this design on a fabric item, I could, and I could heat set it if I use the ink, and that would actually make it permanent so I could wash it, which is really cool. Now, one of the things that you might have seen me do is I removed the back paper here that was on the design, and I'm going to save this off to the side because when I'm done with this transfer I can wash it up with water, and then we're just going to put it right back on the backer sheet so we can use it over and over again. We estimate that generally you can expect to use your transfers about 8 to 10 times. So it's not just once and you throw it out. You can use it over and over again and on lots of different surfaces. So as long as you take good care of your transfer, you're going to be able to get lots of good use out of it. I also just marked the name of the transfer on the back of this sheet so that I'll know where it goes after I am done and I've cleaned it all up. Especially when we have transfers that have a lot of little pieces like this one did. It'll just make it a little bit easier for me to remember what piece goes on what piece of backer sheet and what side it goes on. There's a glossy side and a matte side. You want to put your transfer back down on the glossy side. The other side's a paper side, and it would be sticking to it, and we would have a hard time pulling it off. So I have put my transfer down on the wood board, and as I said, it's just this area here that we're going to be chalking. So we do want to make sure that there are no air bubbles. If there are some air bubbles, we can simply just lift up the design and put it back down. Sometimes it's helpful if you just take our squeegee, which is what we're going to use to bring the chalk paste over the design, that we just rub that squeegee across the transfer just to make sure that there are no air bubbles. If there's an air bubble, then what's going to happen is we're not going to get as clean as a design as we would like. So, oh, I thought that was somebody in my house that just made a funny noise. I hope they're okay. So we've got our small squeegee here. We've also got a mini squeegee in case we need that later. We have some stir sticks so that we can stir some of our chalk paste containers. And I have my little multi-tool here just in case, because I actually have a very large chalk paste container that might need some extra stirring, and the multi-tool is great for that. Hey Lisa, I'm so glad you joined. Thanks for coming. My new VIP member. I'm so happy you're here. All right, so as I said, we're going to try to do what we call a hot mess technique. And it was the same technique that we used on this board. And what it really means is that we're going to choose a couple of colors, and we are going to dot the colors on the board, the two different colors that we're going to use, and then we're actually going to use our squeegee to kind of blend those colors together. So you can use as many different colors as you want in this technique. I think I'm going to stick with the traditional red. This is our candy apple red chalk paste. So you can see when I first open it up, I like to give it a good stir just to make sure that it's nice and smooth and that it's a nice kind of consistency. I usually talk about the consistency being like yogurt. The company will sometimes talk about it as sour cream. So whatever you like, you can think about. And then I'm going to grab also this Marigold, which is kind of a really nice bright yellow. This is the second color I'm going to incorporate into my hot mess technique. Now, when you do open up your chalk paste container, if you find it's a little thick, stirring usually does the job, but it wouldn't hurt if you needed to squirt a little water in. The water will help thin it out if needed. So, and as you know, if you've ever watched me before, the amount of time I talk is way longer than it does to do this project. So, it's really fast. So, I think I'm sticking with those two colors. I did bring a few other colors up with me as well. This is our current jam, which is kind of a deeper reddish pink maybe. And then the coral, which I also thought might be kind of interesting. But unless everyone's feeling like I should throw a third color in there, I'm going to start with the two. But if you have an opinion, I want to hear it because I love hearing your feedback about my choices of colors. It's always good to have a little extra input when we're designing. All right, so I did squirt a little water in this red because I felt like it needed a little extra. Now, I'm going to be kind of frugal with this red here. In other words, I'm not going to put a whole lot down because I'm going to blend these. Normally, what we would do is we would actually put the chalk paste after we've done squeegeeing it back in the container. But because we're using two different colors, I'm going to end up blending colors. And so I won't have the ability to squeegee it back into the jar. So I'm going to dab this, like I said, a little bit conservatively, and if I need to add more, I can definitely do that. So I'm just dabbing it in a few different places. So I'm going to put these stir sticks off to the side. So that's it. I know it looks kind of funny, doesn't it? And then I'm going to take my squeegee, and I am just going to start pulling the chalk paste color over my screen. Just want to make sure I cover the entire screen. Now, when you're working, you do want to move in a fairly quick method because it is chalk, and although it's going on wet, it is going to dry, and it'll dry super hard, so it won't come off the surface. But we don't want to dry it out on our transfer. We want to get this transfer up and off our surface as fairly quickly as possible. I think that turned out to be just a perfect amount. I only have a little actually left on my squeegee, so I'm just going to stick it over here on a little pan I have. And then this is the best part. Watch. Just going to lift up this transfer. And the best thing to do is to lift it up from the center rather than the corners. And reveal the design. Ah, those were great color choices, I think. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I wasn't positive that those were going to be perfect, but I think they were. I just love that. So cool. Yay. Yay. I always love when you pull it up, it just makes me so happy to see what it looks like. So that's it. That was the lobster, big guy, right? I'm gonna just close the lids on those two jars now because we're not gonna use those colors again tonight. Before I add any other layers onto this, we wanna make sure that this dries really well. So there's a couple things that we can do here. Hey, Elizabeth, thanks for joining. I'm going to just give it a little blast here with my heat tool. So if you have a heat tool or if you have a hair dryer, you can use that. That will just help it to dry it a little bit quicker. So sorry, I hope I'm not shouting at you. Nice rustic look on this wood pallet board. I really do enjoy these boards a lot. They are a single-use board. In other words, they're not a chalkboard surface that we're going to be able to erase. But I think this is really a sign that I'm really going to enjoy. And I'm not worried that I can't erase it. If you want to have a surface that's erasable, we have some great chalkboard surfaces. And if you get tired of the design, you can simply wash it off and redo. Penny, thanks so much. I'm glad you like it. Oh, Elizabeth, it's awesome, isn't it? Oh, so cool. Sherry, thanks so much. I know, Kate, totally. Doesn't it remind you of a gunk wit? Don't you think we should do a little road trip? And by the way, I am on for Sunday. I am totally ready to do a little exploring of some great antiques in the state. So I am good if you are. All right, so I'm just going to rub my hand over here just to ensure indeed that it is dry. And it feels great. It is ready. That was it. So fast, right? All right, so we have our lobster company that we're going to put, I think, probably a little over. And then we'll probably do the New England after that. And then I don't know, should we put this cute rope? Or should we do the served fresh daily like we did with our crab? I'm not sure. All right, while you all are thinking about that and you're giving me some ideas, I'm going to start with the lobster company. Was that yes to a gunk wit, Kate? Or yes to Sunday, or both? All right, so here we go. I didn't mark the back. I probably should, but I've got my fuzzing cloth here. This is just a terry cloth towel. One side's terry cloth, the other side is microfiber, great for cleaning our boards. But this towel is fabulous, one of my faves. And we're just going to place this, I think, a little bit over. Oh, actually, you know what? I can see where the lobster claws are. And I'm using kind of the edge of the board here to line it up. So we're just going to press that down, make sure that there's no air bubbles. And then, of course, the big decisions come again in terms of color. All right, I'm with you, Kate. That all sounds good to me. All right, so I'm going to open up. This is one of the large containers that we sell of chalk paste. This is super large. The normal ones come in 3 ounce. I think these are 8 ounce. I think it's 8 ounce. I can't really see. Even with my glasses, I can't see. This multi-tool, though, like I said, really comes in handy in these really big jars, and even the smaller ones as well, because they really get into the nooks and crannies of the bottom of this jar. Now, these chalk pastes can go a long time, and I would say normally, if you're looking to do some chalking at home, the 3 ounce sizes are perfect. This larger one is really great for designers when they're doing classes and stuff. And they certainly are available to customers if you want a big one, if you're doing big projects or a lot of big screens that have big open area and you're going through a lot or you're making a lot of signs. Feel free to buy the big ones. They only come in 3 colors, black, white, and this storm gray. But you can definitely grab them if you'd like. And I'm going to take our little mini squeegee here. As you probably have always heard, you want to use the right size tool for the job. And this is going to be perfect because watch, it's just going to be so easy to pull the chalk paste right over these letters. And as I said, just put the excess right back in the jar. So a little goes a long way. You want to use the beveled edge of that squeegee just to pull up any excess. Don't be shy, just pull it right across and then carefully pull back the design. Now I say carefully because we are overlapping a little and I don't want to pull up those claws. Cute! Look at that. Very cute. So I'm just sticking these into a water bath that I have here next to me so I can go and clean them up after we finish. So we've got the Lobster Company. And so what did we think? Do we decide on the bottom, should we do the rope or should we, what do I do with it? Or should we do the served fresh daily? What do you think? Quiet. Insert a quick noise. Quiet. I don't know. I don't know. And then, of course, if we do the rope, what color would we do the rope? I'm not really sure. And I think I left all my other colors that would probably make sense to do the rope downstairs. So that might be my answer. All right, people. We're going to do New England. Oh, should we do New England in red? Maybe. And then we'll do the served fresh daily down here in black, I think. That's what I think. Here we go. So we'll open up this black. Oh, somebody who was really, oh, you're all saying rope. Ah, all right, Sandra, Lisa, okay, I'm putting this back. You said rope, so I'm going to find a chalk paste color that I can use. That I have handy, nearby. Anybody have a hint about the rope color? I think like I want to use my sand color, which of course is not here, it's downstairs. You'd probably miss me if I ran all the way downstairs to grab it. Do you think my family loves me enough that if I yelled downstairs, they'd bring me up one? What do you think? Maybe. Let me see if I can do that. Hold on. Hey, Steve. I'm in my live. Would you mind bringing me up the sand colored chalk paste? Bring you up what? Sand colored chalk paste. Thank you. All right. Now that is definitely true love. My husband is actually going to bring that up for me. And he knows I'm in the middle of my live, so he's a good guy. Everybody give Steve a high five, would you? Because he deserves a big high five for doing that for me. All right, so I think our Lobster Company is set. So while we're waiting for Steve to bring that up to us, let's get this where we want it. I think it's right there. And I think I'm going back to the red. I think that will look good with the gray. Gray would look like weathered rope. That's a good idea. You're right. I know, Sandra. Yay, we're giving him the high five. All right, here he comes. I can hear him. He's our hero.
Here we go.
You can come in. No one will see you. Well, maybe they will, but I told everyone should give you a high five.
Hello,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you. Yeah. And Zoe's saying hello too. Yep. See, we got all that excitement going on. I was very happy that Steve came to help me out, so she's got to bark and say hello. That's Zoe, everybody. Say hi. So. All right, here we go. Pulling up to New England. Like that. All right, so now we're back to the rope. So Steve brought me up the sand, so it's kind of a ropey color. But we could probably do the same thing we did with this hot mess technique and do a little bit of gray and a little bit of the sand, and together I think you're right, it's going to look really nice and rustic-y. So let's give that a whirl, shall we? All right, so that last little piece. Ooh, this hasn't been used in a while, as you can tell, so I want to give it a good stir. Don't be too concerned if it settles or starts to get a little bit of separation. It's very normal. The pigments that are used to create these chalk pastes are varied depending on the color. So how they respond to sitting sometimes is a little bit different, but they always respond well to a nice stir. So here we go. All right, so same thing. I think we're just going to dot it in a few areas with a little bit of paste. We don't need a lot, as we learned. And then, oh, still have a gray squeegee. That's awesome. And we're going to dab some gray. As well. That probably is all we need. Let's see. So that's one of the fun things with our chalk paste here is that we can be mixing and matching colors. We could even mix them to make a new color if we wanted and then spread it, or we can use this kind of blending technique with the squeegee. So I'm just going to pull this off. I'm just using the edge here to really get that extra bit off. And here we go. Here comes the rope. Oh, perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love the two colors. What a great idea of using that gray for the weathered look. I think that was a perfect suggestion. See, it's teamwork. I'm telling you, it's totally teamwork. So, Denise, are you asking about how it is that I can do the picture-in-picture view? If so, I use this really great app called Switcher Studio, and it allows me to have my two camera angles, really. So I have my cell phone, which is up above, and that's what's showing what's on in front of me, and then my iPad is in front of me. That's another camera angle, and that's where you see a picture of me. So it's really cool. Makes going live super easy. And that in conjunction with this great stand that I have that holds them both makes it really, really easy and simple to do. So yeah, so that's it. So we used some red, we used some sand, we used our storm gray, and then we used our marigold. Oh, right, yeah, that's it. Those were the colors we chose. So I hope that you like this. This was a super fun project. I was really glad to do it with you today. Remember that if you like this project, this transfer is available, as are the wood palette boards, on my website. And if you are a member of my VIP group, you can qualify for a special offer from me. I can't say it out loud, but it is available in my VIP group. If you're not a member and you're not a designer, feel free to go ahead and just type in VIP in the comments and I'll be happy to add you. Denise, yeah, so there's a free version of Switcher Studio that you can get, but I did pay for the paid version, and I find that that works really well for me. So I go live often enough that it just seems like it made sense. So yeah, that's it. I hope that you all had fun, and certainly if you know anyone who would like to learn more about Chalk Couture, or you think they'd like this project, please, I'd love it if you would share it. Just you can tag them in the comments, or you can just go ahead and share my video. I'd appreciate it greatly. I'm getting very close to 500 likes on my Facebook page. When I do, I'm planning a huge giveaway. So if you haven't liked my page, please do so. And if you want to share it with others, I would love that as well. Sherry, thanks so much for sharing that. I appreciate it. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you want to learn more about Chalk Couture in general, or you want to be able to learn about becoming a Chalk Couture designer and do what I do, I'm happy to invite you to my business opportunity group. Just type biz down in the comments and I'll know to reach out to you. And in the meantime, I hope you have a really wonderful evening. It was great to be here with you today. And look at these two darlings. Aren't they just so cute? They're like 2 peas in a pod. I love them. Oh, of course, you can't see them. Hold on, let me see. Ah, very funny. Let me see if I can show you these 2 cute projects here before we wrap up. If I can stop showing myself. Here we go, there we go. Yay! So there it is. Cute, 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 right? All right, well, that's it, folks. I hope you have a wonderful day. No, Sandra, I will not be at the craft fair tomorrow. Will you be there? I know you are an artist yourself, so I look forward to hearing about your projects as well. All right, thanks, everybody. Take good care and have a great night. Bye.